Fake homecoming is our defining political issue, and every year it gets worse. Thousands of students head to Brofdale on the old homecoming date every September. It gets ugly. And this year, as the weekend approaches, Brofdale is looking worse than ever.
1, 2, 3,
Wait.
Pump.
Go.
It's been 3 years since the first fake homecoming, and years of overwhelming crowds has made London and the university into an unlikely set of friends. They've tried every year to calm the party down, but fake homecoming has only grown. In 2016, the first fake homecoming, 10,000 people hit Brofdale Avenue. The next year, 11,000. And last year, it exploded. 20,000 people overwhelmed all the police the city could muster. It seems that everyone except students hates fake homecoming. The city, Western, the police. And for them, last year was the final straw. Mayor Ed Holder warned, there will be blood on all of our hands unless London does something quickly. Then in January, he made a big announcement. The city will be teaming up with the student government, Western, and the police. They're called the Brofdale Task Force. And they've been busy. As students started planning parties and making Facebook events, the task force has already been cracking down on Brofdale. And they've done a lot. The most important things are the new penalties. They have 2 new ways to reprimand students. The boldest plan so far has come from the city. Police have started fining students for hosting major house parties. The fines stretch into the thousands, and police have really been leaning on it. Since the beginning of the school year, police have fined 12 people. They were charged $1,130 each, all for hosting parties the police consider a nuisance. The term comes from a new city bylaw that defines nuisance as any gathering including public intoxication, excessive noise, or where anyone ends up on the roof. The maximum fine for a party like this is $25,000. London says it's trying to make back the money it loses during fake homecoming. Last year cost first responders nearly $200,000. Western City Councillor Phil Squire says the penalty is for everyone in London, but so far, only student-age men have been fined.
I think it's targeting any parties. I don't think it's specific to that. I think you'll see it used in any area of the city where these parties are going on.
And lately, police aren't even waiting for the party to happen before threatening students with fines. Last week, a group of students created a Facebook event for a fake homecoming party and invited 200 people to their home just off of Brofdale. The students said a London police officer messaged them on Facebook, RSVPing to the event and saying they'll be bringing tickets to those hosting the party. Police say this is a common tactic used whenever they see events for large house parties on social media. The students say this was enough to stop them from throwing the party, but are concerned that police would threaten fines before it even happened. The other consequence came from Western. They changed our student code of conduct, which rules how students can act at the university. It's rarely ever used. In the spring, Western changed the code of conduct to include extreme behavior at off-campus events. That means Brofdale. This came after the chief of police called out Western for not doing enough to punish students causing the disturbances. Now, extreme partiers could be suspended or expelled. Police announced they'd be sharing the names of students charged on the street with Western. The school could then decide to charge them with the code. This will not include municipal offenses like the nuisance parties, but will include provincial and federal, including drug trafficking, assault, and climbing onto roofs. And London will be keeping a watchful eye on the party this year. They're planning to install cameras along the avenue for this weekend's events. It is unclear if this will be enough to achieve Western and London's goals of curbing fake homecoming. But what is clear is they are taking this year more seriously than ever.